Shady Talkin Sports. All right. Cody Bellinger signs with the Yankees, 5 years, $162.5 million. Less, the years are good. I just was talking to my buddy Lanker and a bunch of the guys, and Lanker bring up some interesting points. Basically, it's the same team as last year. Rodón is going to be hurt at the beginning of the season. Cole's going to be hurt at the beginning of the season. Bednar's going to be your closer. You got back the guy you wanted. Bellinger has a $20 million signing bonus. He gets opt-outs in years 2 and 3, and I guess we'll see what happens if he's going to stay. No full no trade clause. He is coming off a very good season. He was great defensively this past year. I'm just concerned that the Yankees basically were going crazy for somebody who he made $27.5 million last year. He's making about 32 and change this year. 272, 29 home runs, 98 RBIs, 813 OPS, and under 52 games. Used primarily in left field. Third straight season of an OPS of 111 or better. After the Dodgers designate him for assignment following the 2022 season. He has a 909 OPS at Yankee Stadium, 715 on the road. He was great last year. I just worry about, I just feel like we haven't done anything to improve this team. I mean, it's the same team. And everybody hope performs. You hope Grisham does the same thing he did last year that he does this year. Everybody's upset they gave him $22 million. So Bichette put on his first day. What's up, Barnes? He put on his Mets uniform is number 19, same number as Jose Siri. So they got Luis Roberts. Now this is the thing with Luis Roberts. It was only a $20 million. He was great in 23, 38 home runs, 80. What did he hit? 38. I got to get his numbers. And that was 23. 38, 80 home runs, 857 OPS. Now, since then, he has been shit on a stick. He's been terrible, which is not good for the team. His WAR, they were comparing, you didn't get Tucker, so you got him. So Tucker's WAR over the last 5 years was 4.9, 4.9, 4.9, 4.2, 4.5. Roberts, 3.4, 2.1, 4.9 to 38, 80, 857. Last 2 years, 0.6 and 1.3. Those are not good. Those are terrible. He had a ton of strikeouts. The last 2 years have been terrible. 660 OPS, a lot of injuries, all for a team that had 223 losses. They hope they can get him back to 2023. $20 million for this year. If there's a club option for 20, $2 million if they opt out of it. So 223, 145 games, as I said, 857 OPS. You got Polanco. I mean, that's the thing. The Mets aren't. We're not getting great. He's a good outfielder, very good outfielder. 24, he played 100 games. Last year, he played 110. He posted an 86 OPS plus in 24 and 85 in 2025. They were worried about this. They signed Munetaka Murakami for 2 years, $34 million. And yeah, I mean, it's 1 year. Tomei back in 2019, the Futures game was saying how good he was going to be, and he finished second in the Rookie of the Year voting. But he's kind of gone downhill. It's only $20 million. That's it. It's $20 million. It's not like it's a ton of money, but 14 home runs, 53 RBIs, 223 last year, 85 hits, 12 doubles, 33 stolen bases, caught 8 times, 297 on base, 364 slugging, 661 OPS. Now that's another thing. So you got rid of Acuna's brother. He's 28. He'll be 20, right? He's going to be 29. Roberts. They gave up on Acuna, who was good 2 years ago, wasn't as great last year. 95 games, no home runs, 8 RBIs, 234 batting average, 16 stolen bases out of 17 chances. Truman Pauly is a 22-year-old from Harvard who is in single A and doesn't throw strikes. So they really didn't give a lot. I mean, Acuna might be going somewhere else. It doesn't sound like they have a lot of room for him as a utility infielder, even on the White Sox, who aren't a good team. So, I mean, you hope he gets back to 2023. Is he? Barnes had said, he could be he could be let go as of July. Mets center fielders last year. I mean, it's not, you got rid of Nimmo, and who else was playing center field this year for the Mets? Uh, it's not like they had all this Mets center field in 2020. Tyrone Taylor. And what did Tyrone Taylor do last year? So Tyrone Taylor last year, I mean, 238. He played 113 games. That's the guy I was thinking about. 2 home runs, 27 RBIs, a 223 batting average, 279 on base, 319 slugging, a 598 OPS. Roberts is a step up in that opinion. So I feel like they had to get somebody. You don't want to be playing Taylor all year. Roberts is hurt the last couple seasons. I don't see the Mets competing. So I'm not looking at this team and going, hey, this team's going to compete for a championship next year. And as for the Yankees, both Lanker and I are concerned that, is Grisham going to be that guy? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. 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 I don't know what's going to happen on this front. I just don't know. And Bellinger, good. You got him. Now your pitching still isn't up to par. You're going to play Ben Rice at catcher more. Is he going to be? And that's a lot more wear and tear on his body than playing other positions. How's that going to affect him? Is it going to affect his hitting because he's going to be behind the plate all game? It's a different thing. You're calling games. You're taking pitches. You're getting foul balls against you. It takes a specific guy, and we haven't had a guy. Cal Raleigh. And his average was, he hit 60 home runs. Are we expecting that from him? Cal Raleigh had a hell of a season last season. Yeah, time's going to tell. We're going to see. I saw Brian Daboll wants the Bills job, and if he doesn't take it, they said, one of the sites says that he might take the job as OC for Robert Saleh in Tennessee, and Mike McDaniel is taking the Los Angeles Chargers job if he turned down the Browns job. He's waiting to hear from the Ravens or the Raiders. And it's all just talk right now. We don't know. We still haven't heard anything from the front of the Bills. Daboll's really going to get the head coaching job. They're really going to put it. And HCJ sent me something interesting that, he says, I don't know what all the talk is from Pat Leonard with teams that Daboll's been on, points per game, yards per game since Cleveland, 29-32. Cleveland in 2010, 31-30. Both teams went 5-11. 2011 he was in Miami, 20th in points per game, 23 in yards per game. 2012 in KC, 32-24. They went 2-14. 2018 in Buffalo, 30-30, 6-10. 23-24 in 2019. They went 10-6. 2020, his best 2 years in Buffalo, 2-4. They went 13-3. 2021, 3-5. They went 11-6. With the Giants, 22, 16-19, 16 pass, 19 yards per game, 9-7-1, 30-29, 6-11. In 23-24, they went 3-14, 31-30. He got fired this year. They finished 16 in point per games, 13 in yards per game, 4-13. Yeah, are we missing something here? I don't see it. I don't know. So I'm curious where it's going to go from here. And yeah, time will tell on that front. And Carson Beck, I saw somewhere said that he's going to go to the Cards. When the Cards are picking fourth, that's who they're going to pick. NFL draft that they're going to take. And I was like, are you kidding me? You're going to take Carson Beck with your fourth pick? Really? I'm speechless. I just don't feel Carson Beck. Raiders, Jets. Cardinals are 3. That they're going to take Carson Beck third. Yeah, versus SMU, Beck threw an interception in overtime. Louisville, interception and Indiana. Kurt Cignetti went from $425,000 at JMU in 2019 to $14.6 million this year. That's crazy. And also Mendoza's brother transferred to Georgia Tech. Jackson Dart's brother Diesel, who plays out in Utah, has been offered, extended an offer. He's a class of 27, plays safety at wide receiver. Michigan wants him to play in the secondary in college. 3-star athlete. He's 8 in Utah, 720 and 247 sports. Plays both ways. He's an offer from Ole Miss, Utah, BYU, Arizona, Auburn, San Diego State, and UNLV. And I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So another guy, Michigan. I mean, you got to get a bunch of guys in the transfer portal. Their running back, who at the end of the season, Michigan sent me, who was the no, let me Michigan running backs. I'm Max, and I'm going to say is Michigan running back 2025 was Jordan Marshall was one. Wasn't Marshall? Who was the guy? He went in the transfer portal. He's coming back. Was it Max? Yeah, this is not what I want. This is running back depth chart. Let me see depth chart. Yeah, okay, here we go. The running backs were that is not what I want. Justin Haynes. No, it not Mika. Not him. I guess Max was way down on the. He did have 100 yards in a game this year. I did watch him play. That is not the depth chart I was looking for. Okay. Jalen Donovan Mitchell, Donovan McCauley. He had 100 yards in a game. Michigan running backs. 100 yards, 100 yards, 2025 season. Was it Bryson? Oh, I guess it was Bryson Kuzdal. Was Bryson? Maybe it was Bryson Kuzdal. I thought it was someone else. Was it Bryson Kuzdal decided to come back? Kudzal. Yeah. Yes, he's coming back. Yeah, that's who it was. I'm sorry, I said Max. It was Bryce. So he's coming back. He's coming out of the transfer portal. We'll see how that works out for them. And the money they have in college. So this on Front Office Sports. Elijah Surratt gifted Fernando Mendoza iced out jewelry over 50,000 with 10,000 handset stones to thank him for the leadership. Back, I used to read guys would not even have money for food, and now this is stuff I'm reading about right now. Rangers yesterday, goal in first 18 seconds of the game by Kempe. The Kings came in 0-1 through the last four. Darcy Kemper came in winless in his last five starts. He's the back. He's going to be in the Canadian hockey team. So it just started off terrible. 1-0, 18 seconds in. Rangers 89 goals coming in, third in the NHL. The Kings have been 29 of 32 teams on the power play on their defensively on the power play. 7-10-7 at home. Rangers only have 12 wins at home. They're now 14-3-5. The Kings when they score first. Scott Morrow, first goal as a Ranger, second goal ever. Scored one for the Canes last year. Kings scored off a face-off 42 seconds after the Rangers tied it up, which was crazy. Gabrikov went to pass it. He sent it right to Fiala's stick, who just took it. And it was It was like something weird. I was talking today to Paul at Carroll's gym today. It was like peewee hockey kind of stuff, which is crazy. Mika now has a 10-game point streak, 19 points. He has 9 goals and 10 assists. And Panarin's streak ended 10-game point streak. So now Mika has a 10-point streak, and it doesn't. And now it's 10-point streak. They came in 2-6-1. Now they're 2-7-1 since in the 10 games he's done that. They've lost 7 of the last 8. Kemker actually left in the first, like he hit on the side of the head. It didn't look that crazy. And it ends up that he left the game. So so he's out, and with 38 seconds left, 2-2 after 1, Kings 3-2. Michigan thought quick look deflated. It was a bad goal he gave up. Terrible angle and goal. Second goal in 8 NHL games. The fourth line, Taylor Ward, first goal of the season. Fourth line guy was scoring. Rangers had a 5-on-3, got 7 shots on goal, no goals. So they were down at that point. Was it 3-2, 4-2, and then they got a tripping penalty right after the goal on Schneider. JT Miller scored at the end of the game when they pulled quick, and that's it. They lost. Anton Fosberg saved 28 of 29 shots. Kings' second regulation win in January, which is crazy. Mika has scored has a point in every game in January this year. in 2026, and that was the second regulation victory of the year of 2026 for the Kings, who Kemper stopped, had 8 shots, 2 goals allowed, and quick 23 saves. He won 370 games with the Kings in his 16 years, 2 Stanley Cups, 199 more wins than any other Kings goalie. The Rangers fell to 21, 24, and 6. The Kings improved to 20, 16, and 13. And Leah Asamakopoulos said Seth Jones, who has an upper body injury, suspected collarbone during the Winter Classic. He took a shot. He's out. He was going to be the first Texan in a while to be in the men's Olympic team. Jackson Lacombe replacing him on the USA hockey team for the Olympics. 49 games, 6 goals, 25 assists, 31 points for the Ducks. So, but yeah, Rangers, and they play Friday at the Sharks. Yeah, and I apologize yesterday. I kept saying fuck guys. The dump is better. We know I don't like them. It just keeps saying fuck guys over and over again. Just doesn't work. It's a little too much. So I decided, maybe just change it up a little bit. And that's what I did. I decided, no, we're not doing this. Knicks lost to the Nets. Knicks host the Nets tonight. They're 25-18, 12-29 for the Nets. And I heard Barnes say this morning that Mike Brown is on the hot seat. Is Mike Brown on the hot seat? Mike Brown, hot seat. Are they saying he's on the hot seat? Wow. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we're going to see if this really, Cat's not playing at his best. He's been let go early in other jobs. The condensed nature of the season adds to challenges. Some believe the roster itself is weak, making success difficult. Yeah. I guess we're going to see if this actually happens. NBA fans convinced Knicks, this is on the Spun, are firing Mike Brown midseason. Oh, and Barnes brought up about the UNC is talking about putting they bought some land because they said there's going to be, by 2030, there's going to be a huge population rise in the state of North Carolina. They're going to add 5,000 students, and they're building like a STEM, that science, all the technology thing, 2 miles off campus. And the arena needs to be fixed. They need concessions, the roof, all that stuff. And Tyler Hansborough and Roy Williams are vehemently against them moving it off campus, and that but UNC says we have to compete with other schools, which we will. I don't see. I'm telling you, this basketball team, I feel like we are going in the opposite direction. Hubert Davis seems like a nice guy, but you want a great coach. Dusty May went to Michigan. They had Juwan Howard, a former Michigan player, on the Fab Five. That didn't work out. They were run up his first year with Hubert Davis, 29-10, lost to Kansas. They were up at halftime. They should have won the game. They did not win the game. Caleb Love was great. I mean, the team was a great team to watch back then, and it's gone backwards. I don't feel like we're as powerful as we used to be. You have Caleb Wilson, who is a very good player, who's leaving after 1 year. He's not staying. And they're 2-3 to start in the conference. They play Notre Dame tonight. I just don't feel good about this team right now. I don't. And, they play Notre Dame tonight. St. John's came back to beat, for the 5th win, they beat Seton Hall, which has lost 3 in a row since being ranked in the top 25. Yeah, UNC used to be especially when I was there. I mean, they were a dominant team every year. Playing Duke tough. Duke keeps, losing guys and just lose Cooper Flagg. What's the other kid's name? The kid who went to Charlotte. I mean, they lose players every year, and they just keep restocking the shelves. Now, they haven't won a championship. Shire hasn't won, but it's hard replacing a legend in Coach K. But I feel like they, every year, are a much more dominant team than UNC ever is. And, yeah, they went out west. They've given up a lot of three-pointers lately. I just don't feel like this team is going to make a huge move this year. I just don't see it happening. Yep, time will tell. And women's basketball fan, BRW Sports, women's basketball fan, check this out. UConn, Gino Auriemma, 19-0. Shea Ralph, who played in numerous knee injuries. She played it at UConn 96 to 2001, won a chip in 2001, won 6 times an assistant coach. She was an assistant at UConn from 2008 to 2021. She's at Vandy. They're 19-0. Now, Carla Berube played at UConn from 93 to 97, won a chip, won a championship, the first champion, UConn's first, I said Duke, UConn's first championship in 1995, and three of them combined are 54-1. She actually Berube went a different route than Shea Ralph, but now she's at Princeton where she's 16-1, and I didn't know anything about her. I thought she also coached under Auriemma, but she did not. She went her own way. And is she married to Canadian? That can't be the same. No, that can't be. That can't be a family. Was that her person? Yeah. Coaching the Flyers. No, that's not the same person. I was like, is that the same one? I was like, Carla Berube. So she was on the first ever team. She's now 50 years old. She's the Princeton head coach. She's held since 2019. She spent 17 years as a coach at Tufts, where she went 384-96. She played. She started Providence as an assistant 3 years. Went to Tufts for 18, and now at Princeton. As a coach, she's a 4-time Division III regional Final Four. So that she did make 4 in her career at Tufts. So that's a big jump from Division III, and now she's been Ivy League coach there twice. So I saw that stuff. I thought that was really cool. Michigan sends me stuff, and we send each other stuff, and I appreciate everybody that sends me material for the show. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, so we talked about Bellinger. Yeah, his dad played in New York. Clay was a role player for 3 winning seasons, 99, including for 3 Yankee teams that won rings in 99 and 2000. It's a good run, man. Yeah. I mean, Bellinger, listen, they had to re-sign him. They got him. I'm pretty shocked that they actually got him. I thought that was going to turn out to be a shit show. But we'll see what happens. It's just basically the same team. Luis Roberts, it's a 1-year deal. I mean, that's all it is. They think it changes scenery. Maybe, if he doesn't work out, they move on. Andrew Vaughn went from the White Sox to the Brewers and turned things around. I mean, Acuna, they said, runs the base, makes contact, but he's basically a utility infielder. Maybe this is a stop on a way to somewhere else. But he can't get over. He's hurt all the time. That's not going to work. Yeah. I mean, it's only $20 million. Nets currently have $15.3 million in cap space per Nets daily, still the most in the NBA, although a couple teams have bigger trade exceptions. Nets also could be looking at as much as $48.8 million this summer per Keith Smith. And they have a very good capologist in Makar Gavorkian. So we'll see what happens. This was interesting from Michigan. She sent me DraftKings. Bills versus Broncos overtime. Bills win coin toss. Bills defer. Broncos go 3 and out. Broncos punt. Bills throw interception. Broncos kick field goal. Broncos win. Bears versus Rams. Bears win coin toss. Bears defer. Rams go 3 and out. Rams punt. Bears throw an interception. Rams kick field goal. Rams win. Yeah, they were tough, and you still don't know who's going to be the coach. Right now, you're not sure who's going to be the coach of. I guess we're going to see what happens going forward. Yeah, time will tell. It just feels like who's going to get the jobs. Jason Robertson has 29 goals in 50 games this year, the 4th most goals in a 50-game start to the season in Dallas Stars history. He had 33 in 22-23. Madonna had 32 in 93-94. Robertson had 30 in 21-22 and 29 in 25-26. And he has 3 of the top 4 now, which is crazy, right? Owen Newkirk, thanks for that. I love watching hockey. Michigan loves it so much. Bulls PR says Kobe White's 13 threes in the past 2 games are his most in a 2-game span in his career. Tied a season-high 27 points before Billy Donovan pulled them deep in the 4th quarter. Who did they beat yesterday? Bulls. That's Chiefs team. Bulls. Bulls. No, Bulls. What is this? I want the Bulls. No. What is this? What is this stuff? What is going on here today? My phone's going crazy. Yeah, all right, let me see. They beat the Clippers. Wow, Clippers could come in hot. 138-110. Who? So Clippers. John Collins had 23. Zubac had 12 and 11. Harden had 24. That's about it. Oh, and Miller. Which Miller is this? Jordan Miller. You know, you hear these names, guys I don't even know. I mean, these are just guys off the bench. Buzelis had 21. Vukovic had 19 and 8 rebounds. Okoro had, White had 27. Jones had, who's that? That is Trey Jones. Didn't Trey Jones play at, he's a brother. His older brother, Tyus, played for Duke. And then there's Dasumu. Ayo Dasumu. Played for Illinois. All right. Selected the 38th pick. He's having a good year. He's averaging over 15 points a game. He is 26 years old. And the Bulls are not playing good basketball. What's the Bulls' record right now? Bulls are not. They are 21 and 22. Huh? I guess they're going to get a shot. There might be a shot for them to make the. Yeah. So, what did Rob send me? Yeah. He sent me, if somehow you could get a coordinator job with your favorite NFL team, do you tank it so they lose but cost yourself a chance at a future job in the NFL, or do a good job and help the team win so that you can stay in the NFL? If somehow you could get a coordinator job with your favorite NFL team, do you tank it so they lose but cost yourself a chance at a future job in the NFL, or do a good job and help the team win so that you can stay in the NFL? I would think you always would do. You never tank, and players don't tank. I don't understand. Yeah, I'm trying to understand what you're writing there. Confused what you wrote. Confused by what you wrote. Of course, I would always. Yeah, I would definitely do. Yeah, you would always win. Yeah, always win. I would never tank. You never tank. You play to win the game. Pete Thamel says UConn AD David Benedict tells ESPN that he's imploring the NCAA and President Charlie Baker to take a stand in eligibility cases where there's NCAA rules being circumvented by a judge's ruling. If legally we can't control or impose NCAA rules in terms of who can play and who can't based on a legal decision, the NCAA still has the right to determine what games count toward the NCAA tournament and what games don't count. The NCAA has deemed Charlie Bediako ineligible. Fine, he can play on a judge's ruling. It doesn't mean the games need to count toward the NCAA tournament. Otherwise, throw away the rule book and set it on fire. There are no rules. So Charles Bediako. Who's Charles Bediako? Who's he playing for? Charles Bediako. Because I know this is going to piss me off when I read this. Bediako. Canadian basketball player. He chose Alabama. So is he trying to get, Congress must step in. Oh, he's given a temporary order to return to Alabama basketball. So wait a minute. After going undrafted 2 seasons ago, signed a professional contract that appeared in multiple G League games. He could see action as early as Saturday when the Crimson Tide take on Tennessee. He filed suit against the NCAA requesting immediate preliminary and permanent injunctive relief. He was a starting big man interior enforcer for Alabama's 31-win team that earned a number 1 seed in the 23 tournament. He declared for the draft, choosing to surrender his remaining college ability to chase his NBA dreams. When undrafted, he never appeared in an NBA game, but he did ink a 2-way deal with the Spurs and played in the G League with the Grand Rapids Golds and the Motor City Cruise. Since Bediako enrolled in Miami in 2021, he is still within his 5-year eligibility clock, but the NCAA announced Tuesday a stiff pushback to Bediako's eligibility claim. He signed. They said he signed 3 NBA contracts after competing in college for 2 seasons. The NCAA is not and will not grant eligibility to any prospective or returning student athlete who has signed an NBA contract. It ensures high school students get a shot at earning scholarships, and we will continue to consistently apply and defend these rules. Yeah, I agree. You know, he has overruled. He re-enrolled at Alabama for the spring semester and will be eligible to play until January 27th when he has his next court hearing for a preliminary injunction. Oh, they're comparing him to James Najee, who was cleared to suit up for Baylor this season because he never signed with an NBA team and was operating as a draft and stash overseas. That's why. Okay. I mean, I guess we're going to see what happens. It's a little different. He did sign NBA contracts, just played on the G League team. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that ruling on that front. Yes. Yeah. Quick is now 3-11-2. Been a rough year. Very rough year for the Rangers. Just playing some shitty ass hockey. Really, really playing crap. Really not good. Yeah. Who was that? I don't know who I was. Yeah. Well, I was looking up Ranger stuff yesterday. Mike McDaniel. I'd like him. I'd like him with Justin Herbert. How about this? Miami of Ohio wins an OT against Kent State. They're 20-0, one of the 3 remaining unbeaten teams in college basketball. Red Storm 65-62, 5 in a row. Seton Hall has dropped 3 straight since entering the top 25. St. John's outscored the Hall 33-24 in the second half. They were losing, and they came back and they won. So I was asked Brandon, what's up with the team? And that's what I said right there. Beltran and Andrew Jones. They are, since 1981, only 2 other center fielders have been elected, Ken Griffey Jr. and Kirby Puckett. I thought Beltran had a hell of a career. Jones had a, but Jones was one of the best center fielders, hit a lot of home runs. And Beltran had I mean, come on. Carlos Beltran's career he was solid as hell. Carlos. And I really would have loved him to be the Mets manager. All right, so Carlos Beltran, his last year with Houston at 231, 14 home runs, 51 RBIs, 108 hits. For his career, he was Rookie of the Year, 9-time All-Star, World Series in 2017, 3-time Gold Glove, 2-time Silver Slugger, the Clemente Award winner, 279 for his career, 435 home runs, 2,725 home runs in a 20-year Major League career. Yeah. I mean, hit 2,725 home runs, almost 600 doubles, 78 doubles, 1,587 RBIs, 312 stolen bases, career OPS of 837. And he had some monster years, dude. He had some monster years. Yeah, they have everything mixed here: his pro career and his minor league career. But he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 100 home run seasons. He had 20. His career high was 38, 41 in a year in 2006 with the Mets. 41, 116 with a 275 batting average. He did not get any love on the. Yeah. He had a hell of a career, dude. I'm fine with the 2 of them getting in. I thought they were both very solid. Yeah, great center fielder, Andrew Jones. I know he had a big drop off, but he was good for so long that was that. All right, I have a trivia question for today. They pop right up, so I'm going to use the one I have just for today. Optistats. Who is the youngest defenseman? Okay, well, Matthew Schaefer is the youngest defenseman in NHL history with consecutive multi-assist games, 18 years, 136 days, breaking the record set by whom back in 19. Wow. Broken set by. Oh, he was the youngest defenseman by. Whose record? Who did he break the record for to become the youngest defenseman to have multiple assist games with consecutive multiple assist days? No 18-year-old D-man has ever had 3 straight multi-assist games. So he had consecutive. Now he's going for multiple. And this player played, and Tommy did not like him. So thanks a lot for listening today. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out. I will talk to you soon. Adios.